Hello, and a warm welcome to a new episode of Love, Life, and Other Stories. Today, I have the honor to interview Ann Willemsen. Ann and I, we met at the Camino. She's also a Camino friend who, I think until the end, even if we didn't walk all the time together, but until the end, until we arrived Santiago, we were like in contact. And I just said yesterday the conversation that we sometimes or always see people, we meet people in different circumstances, like at work and in some private area or on journeys, and we see a person, we have maybe a perception or we just talk and so on, but we don't know the whole story. And this is what I love about traveling or also about my job, that I get to know more insights about this person. And I remember the same happened with Anne. Of course, I think we walked already a few days together, and then we were sitting in the hostel in the kitchen, and then I started asking, hey, and what did you do actually in your life? What happened? And then you started talking and talking. I was like, oh my God, what a life. What have you done? Like you were have a master in law, then you started like training and acting and dancing, then we're on the road for a long time with your now husband and founded a company together with him, which are you still running, and now you get into a complete new field like in coaching. So very, very different lives, I would say, what you already packed in one life, and you're not old already. So it's like, wow, very amazing. So I guess many more things to come. So very grateful that you today my guest. Thank you for being here, Anne.
I'm so grateful that you're having me. It's amazing. And if you're listing it up like that, I feel exhausted. Like, oh my God, did I do all that already? But
Yeah.
yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah, very nice. So I know you already, but of course not the ones who are listening to this podcast. So maybe you could give us a short introduction, who you are, where you're right now, and maybe also a fun fact what maybe no one knows, or
Hmm.
just maybe your husband.
Ooh. Well, so I'm Anne. I'm from Belgium. At this moment, I'm in Antwerp. I'm in my office where I'm sitting, and I hope it's going to be quiet around here. I told the people, shh, be quiet. I'm on a podcast, and at this moment, like the broadest term that would describe me, but I know it's like a cliche term, but it's always difficult to describe me in one word. But I would say like a creative entrepreneur at this point in my life. And a fun fact that only my husband knows. I'm not sure if I'm really like most of the time quite open, so I'm not sure if he knows special things about me, but the the well, he knows this and other people know this too, but because we met on the Camino and we walked like I don't know how many kilometers we walked in total, but we walked a lot. But I don't know if I ever told you when we met on the Camino that the longest time I walked in one time was like 100 kilometers in 24 hours.
Yeah, you
So,
told me.
so maybe that's not a fun fact, but a crazy fact. But that's like an event in Belgium that happens yearly. And you have to be a little funny and crazy to do a thing like that, to walk 100 kilometers in 24 hours. But yeah, that's what I do. Like, I have these crazy things that I want to do, and then I do them, like walking the Camino.
No, and it's very cool. We have it also in Germany, and I was always thinking, wow, that's so brave to do this. And as you said, no crazy, yeah. And I think we share one thing now. We both love like Leo style. Like I remember when we met again in Santiago, you had the Leo pants. This is what I really love.
Yes. I love it so much. Like
Yeah,
leopards. Wow.
yeah, that's very cool. No, thank you for your short introduction. Like, as I said, no, you went through, so many turnarounds, not so many transformations, like so many, life paths, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you can take us with you to the beginning, no? When you finished your master, even before. So what was always driving within you that you made the decisions and all these turnarounds?
Yeah, I started my master's in law because I there was this urge inside of me. I want to help people, like a very broad urge, like I want to help people. And after 5 years of studying law and getting my degree, I felt like, oh my God, this is just about solving problems day in, day out, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to solve like problems from other people. And sometimes they're very petty problems, like the cases I had to work on were like, I was like, that's not really worth it. And then I went back to my passion, and my passion is dancing. I danced from when I was 3, and my mom tells me that I've been always dancing and like being on the table, the dinner table, like crawling up on the dinner table, standing there, dancing, singing. And yeah, I went back to my passion, and I said I'm gonna try and do auditioning after my law degree, because if I don't do it now, I'll maybe regret it. And then, and yeah, and dancing is well, you can always dance, of course, but if you want to have a professional profession of it, then you want to start when you're younger. So I was like, I'm going to try auditioning, and if that doesn't work out, I can always go back to my law degree. But I actually never looked back, never had to go back there. I started as a dancer and as a dance teacher, and then by 28, I was getting old. I was getting already too old to dance, and I was like, oh my God. So I started an acting class, like it was a 3-year course, and I thought I was just gonna learn acting over there, but the the guy who led this course was really like, he was something else. He was maybe you would describe him as a guru. Like he was like so enchanting, and he had this whole other vision on the world, and the plays we made during these classes were like a whole other thing. And it was really holistic and spiritual, and that was for me the first encounter with this whole new part of me. Before that, I was like mostly dancing in musicals, or maybe like more a showgirl, and like, ta-da, I'm here. And then we worked on a whole different level, like, what do you want to tell? What stories are there to tell? Not just superficial stuff, but really digging deep. So yeah, that was 3 years that I did this acting course, and then I started to give acting classes as well, and started to do little gigs. Um, and then I became, I think, 32, and it felt harder and harder to go to the auditions. I was really tired of it. Always, every time, having to prove yourself that you're worth something. You sometimes did, I don't know, 2 auditions a week, and there's so many people who want to make it in this business, and I was done with it, really done. I remember coming home from an audition and just started crying, and I don't want to do this anymore. But what do I want to do? And then my boyfriend back then, my now husband, he said, "You do remember we also always wanted to travel?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do remember that." And then yeah, we made a decision that we were gonna sell everything that we had and travel. And we were like, I don't know, when family and friends asked, "Oh, you're gonna go away for a year?" And we were like, we don't know how long we're gonna go away for. And we stayed away for 4 years and a half, which was also a little crazy. But then after 4 years and a half, we both felt like, okay, it's been good. It's time to go home, and we both felt that. And while traveling, we had made our own business because of course, the savings ran out quickly, so we had to make money somehow. So we built up a business, and we're still having this business now. And that's what we're working on since coming back. And then now all of a sudden I've decided to become a coach.
Yeah, very nice. So cool. It's also, I would say, very brave, no, to change. So, what, yeah, helped you to be so brave, or that you had, yeah, also to follow this inner calling, no, even if all the world around us, I don't know your environment back then, but I know like that in our society, no, in our Western society, a job as a lawyer or what you could have been is more attractive or more maybe, yeah, successful in a way, because of course, as you said, no, dancing or being an actress is maybe not, it's very beautiful and a very creative job, but maybe from society perspective or from environment perspective, maybe not so safe. So what gave you like, yeah, the clarity and also the courage to really following your inner voice?
I do remember then that like my family and friends, I think they're still waiting for me to get a normal job. But
Okay.
but now they know I'm quite successful now with the business that I own. But back then, as a dancer and as an actress, they were like, "Okay, that's been fun, but now what are you gonna do now?" So they really thought I was crazy. But what gave me the strength, or maybe it was not from strength, but out of fear, because my biggest fear is that when I'm dying, or when I have like when I'm on my deathbed, and that I regret all the things that I haven't done. And that's like my biggest fear in life. So I don't have a fear of running out of money or doing stupid things. I don't care about that. I just don't want to regret the things I haven't done. And that's how I felt about the dancing and the acting. And then all of a sudden remember, oh yeah, I want to do this. I want to travel. Why haven't I done that yet? And yeah, I have to do this because I will regret it. I know if I don't do this. So this is like my strongest driver is actually my biggest fear.
Oh, that's so beautiful. No, it's like so cool. Because yeah, that you said, and in the end, like no, now you proved everyone how it made sense. All the steps what you made. No, I think Steve Jobs once said this. You have to have the faith that in the end, all the dots coming together, no, and making sense. So, and for me also, like what you're doing now, and also what you said, no, as a child, the vision of yourself was like to support people, and there are different ways. Or even what you said, no, I find this very inspiring also of your acting school, that it was what you want to show, no, and like with this you inspire people. Like when we watch movies, we can, or it doesn't matter, or theater play or whatever, it's like always so touching, or like any thing what we watch, or I don't know, in many aspects. And now you become a coach, which is also part of supporting. So the vision what you had already as a child, no, it goes through your whole life now. Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning you said something about, yeah, you've gone to many transformations, and I do reckon, like from the outside it looks like a transformation, but as you said, for me it was just like a logical thing, the one following the other thing, and it felt always right to do that, like going from, okay, maybe it was weird going from law to dance, but after that, like going from dance to theater, it was logical, and then going to travel, and during travels, going to study yoga and mindfulness, and then now from this aspect, trying to start a coaching business. So it's not like these major transformations, but just like how life unfolds, and I love how my life unfolds.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. No, and in the end, I think even the master, no, in law, and you have you're an entrepreneur. No, I think that it
Mm.
always helps. So maybe in the end, you write a book about your life. Then I
Oof.
think, and like lawyers are very good in writing. No, so
Ooh, okay, new challenge. We'll see. We'll see.
still a few years to go, no?
True.
Yeah, very nice what you said. No, I also think that our fear is actually our indication. No, where the fear is, we have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very nice. Yeah, like I mean, we stayed a few nights or days together in the Camino,
Mm-hmm.
and what I always observed and what was I'm also very impressed, of course, besides your personality, was the relationship with your husband. Because when I, the spy, came and observed you, like, and not that I did this on purpose, but no, when I saw you, know you every day you were calling or like you were calling each other. And then when I saw you, well, I saw still a woman who just fall in love like this. It always appeared to me, and it was very inspiring for me because then when we started talking about it, you told me no, you're together already for a long time, but I felt you still have so much to talk and to share, and yeah, still felt as your love relationship is still in the beginning. So what's your secret? Maybe you want to share this.
Well, I will. Well, we've been together now for a little over 14 years, and he is the love of my life. I'm quite sure of that, although you never know. But at this moment, I feel he's the love of my life. And what I think our secret is that when we met each other, we met when we were both around 28. We had previous relationships before, and I think we both figured out at that age what we really wanted out of a relationship. And also, I think the both of us also worked on ourselves, and we were both happy just by ourselves. But then meeting each other, that was just like an added value. But it was really clear from the beginning. We spoke about what we expected out of life, about our values that we had, and if they were comfortable or not. We we knew ourselves. We really got to know, one another, and we were really honest with each other from the beginning. And I think that's our secret, that we didn't compromise, but we just matched. Yeah, it's maybe hard to explain. So sorry if
No.
everybody was waiting for for the big secret. But maybe, yeah, just Socrates already said, like, know thyself, and then start from that place. Know thyself, and if there's a person in your life that really connects with you, and you don't have to be anybody else than yourself, I think that's the strongest foundation. And we were lucky that we found each other at the right place at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah, I also think so. But yeah, what you said, no, I think this is so important to really know ourselves, no, to know our shadows and also, of course, talents and strengths and everything makes it easier also to understand other people, and especially then also in a relationship when you're really fine with yourself, grounded and everything, to really, yeah, see it as an add-on, and then it's life can be even more beautiful. And as you
Mm.
said, it's not about making a compromise. It's not life about it. We have to make a compromise. We can live in a
Probably we sometimes do
you
make little
they
compromises, but
yeah, but
not on the big
yeah.
things, not on what
Mm.
defines you. If you have
Mm.
to compromise there, I would say run away.
Become the leopard. Yeah. Um what you said, yeah.
And
And
I also, well, that's when we met, and I also that to keep this going, like, okay, second big secret is that we talk. Like, you saw us talking, like, we probably talked on the Camino an hour a day, which I did not know that we were going to do that. I was like, I can't miss this guy for like 6 weeks. And then I still ended up talking with him every day. But I think that's also what we do. We really talk like every mostly Friday or Saturday evening. It's just the two of us. We don't have children, so that makes it easier to set out this time. And we really take time to talk, like, how was your week? What happened to you this week? Oh, how did you feel about that? Oh, how is your family going on? Is there anything that needs to be said? And yeah, I just love talking to him, and we also listen to each other really well. And it's one of my favorite things to do, talk to my husband, which is kind of like, ew, if I hear myself
Oh,
saying it out loud, like, oh my God. But yeah, I just love to talk to him. And I'm quite sure he loves to talk to me too.
yeah, wow, this is so beautiful. No, also, like, sounds like, yeah, being best friends for each other, no?
We
Like,
are.
that you can share everything. And yeah, also really this communication thing, no?
Hmm.
Listening, really listening. I mean, we always think we're listening, but when we are honest to ourselves, do we really listen? Like, with not just we think with both ears, no, really, like, check how the other feels and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah. And postpone your own reaction. I also had to learn that, but sometimes if he's saying something like, oh yeah, you should do this and this and this, and I'm like, no, just wait and listen and see. Maybe he doesn't want advice, he just wants to talk, and if he wants advice, he will ask. So just, yeah, keep the space open to, yeah, to what needs to be said instead of already giving a response to it, but just like taking the time.
Yeah, this I also learned that I like always think, oh, even I had the urge that I like in conversations also with friends or whatever, when someone had a some problem, that the urge, oh, I have to say, and already in my mind, like I try to find a solution, but sometimes people don't want, like in general, they want just that they felt held by the other person and really listening without an advice. And as you said, no, when your husband needs one, then he will ask for that and not like, yeah.
I think that's what keeps, or how to say this, that what connects us all.
Hmm.
We just all want to be seen and heard. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the
Actually,
problem is we all want it, so we're like, oh.
big thing, yeah, but in the end so it's very simple, but in the same time I feel like when I look around it's always so hard this to really be seen full-hearted, no, like
Yeah,
without judgment, without having any, yeah, expectations or even, yeah, I think especially the judgment, no? We always care so much for, or think and we have to make another role, but actually it makes life so much easier to be ourselves, no? And saves us so much energy when we
it
can be.
does.
And yeah, also when we have someone, no? I think sometimes, of course, we have to be alone sometimes, no? Or like manage everything. But in the end, I believe like to go through life, we need always someone else to that someone takes holds the space and goes with us, no, through the ups and downs in life, yeah.
Yeah, we are social
And
creatures, so
yeah,
we do need other people, and
yeah,
sometimes it's just one person, and sometimes you have need more people for this aspect of your life, or this aspect of your life, and yeah, we need each other.
yeah, we need each other, yeah, and we are
Mm.
connected now.
Hmm.
All, yeah, wow, very beautiful. Yeah, so what I also wanted to ask, you walked, yeah, with me on the Camino, so yeah, what would also for the long time. No, we all both started in France, and you walked even further than me. Like I like after Santiago, I like shortened it a bit, but you walked the whole way to Finisterre, and then in the end, oh no, first Bookshare and then Finisterre, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
And like so 4 days more. So what would you say now in the retrospective? What was the most profound experience in the Camino for you?
Um, the profound, maybe it's hard to describe it as profound, but it is. But that was actually like, it was a moment that I felt so warm and lit up on the inside and so grateful. And you were involved actually. And it was, I later looked back in my diary, I looked back and it was At day 6, I arrived in a place called Estella, and I didn't know that many people yet. I knew some people, but it's only day 6, so you get to know. You have little conversations here and there, but not really deep conversations yet. But on day 6, I walked into Estella, and then there was you and 2 other people sitting on the terrace. And the 3 of you were like, "Hey, Anne, there you are here." And you were waving at me. And you were like, "Oh, you made it. Come here, come join us." And I was like, "Oh my God, this is so beautiful. We hardly know each other, but like feeling your enthusiasm and your warmth and the connection already then after 6 days, I was like, oh my God, this is what it's all about. And I had this similar experience from then on, more times, like just arriving in a place, being alone in your hostel, doing your laundry, having a shower, which always very necessary after a long day, and then just walking to like the main square of the little town, and then there was like all the terraces, and then people sitting there, and then hey Anne, hey Anne, hey Anne, and then I could choose like, oh, I can come and sit with you on your table, or I can come sit with you, and I just felt so happy and warm on the inside that you can build these connections on such a short period of time. And that was really, really profound because, yeah, I love that. I really loved the warmth. I always come back to this word, like I felt so warm and light on the inside.
That's true, and I can completely agree. No, that it's so much about people and these connections, no, to feel really deeply connected. Like I feel this the problem of our on our earth, no, that we feel always we are lacking something or the loneliness, and we can be lonely also being surrounded by hundreds of people, which we are now, no, mostly when we live in cities. But this is the end. What counts, I think, the connection to each other and really connection, like really, which is coming from deep down from the heart that we think, okay, we are part of something, and it doesn't matter whatever it is, there is someone who is our angel and takes us with us, in case if there is anything, and then we can count on each other, yeah, even if we don't know each other, yeah. And I think this is what was there, and also when I did like in other, but I feel especially also in the Camino, right, even if you don't know each other, that you bonded because you made it through this and through all the ups and downs. And even if you don't know all the stories, like deep down, it's still part of my family. It's still there,
Yeah.
no, yeah. So it's like that's very, very beautiful, yeah. And yeah, maybe one of the gifts of the Camino between many more.
One of the gifts, and also one of the hardest things, because you have these terms, the Camino family, which I really had, my Camino family, and then also the other word is like the Camino blues, which I learned about on the Camino, and I found it so hard. The last days saying goodbye to all these people from all over the world. You say to one another like, "Oh, we're gonna meet," but you also kind of know maybe, and the chances are bigger that maybe it's never going to happen, but you have to say this to give yourself a little comfort, like, yeah, yeah, we're going
Mm.
to meet again. But that was really hard, and I was not prepared for that. I could not fathom up front that I was going to have such a difficult time with saying goodbye. And it was like saying goodbye days in a row, because you have the people who walked to Santiago and already quit the journey, or not quit, but that was their final goal. And then you have the people who walked to Finisterre, and then like every day you had to say goodbye to one more person. And that was one of the hardest parts of the Camino. But also, I'm very grateful for the experience. I would not have missed it, but my heart was like aching and still aching a little at this moment. Yeah.
yeah, what happened also there. No, I heard, oh, I don't know how much time it takes to really integrate or understand the full experience, but I don't know, someone said even a year or whatever,
Mm,
that it's really, and I also heard it, I heard in a podcast now that it takes when I was feeling when I was walking, okay, not so many things happen, but in the end, like what you said, no, already saying goodbye to people, letting go, what happened after, it's actually stronger what happened on the Camino, yeah.
yeah,
So this
so
is
true.
very wow, yeah. And also, yeah, what you said, no, letting go of saying goodbye. This is, I feel, always the hardest part. Always like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was hard.
That was still it is,
Hmm.
yeah. What would you say were your main insights? What you can when you can say that already, or like sometimes it takes some time now to realize what happened and to integrate. But when you think about the time, what would you say was like the yeah.
Oh, many already. And I still have like the
Yeah.
rest of the year to have more insights, but already many. Like for me personal, I have a hard time with taking things slow because if I'm very determined person. So if I want something, I'm like, okay, we have to make a plan. We do this, this, this. Let's do that. Okay, and then it's done. And then if you think about it, if you want to go to Santiago, I could take a flight this afternoon or maybe tomorrow, and then I would be in Santiago tomorrow. And like, but then I would miss the whole experience in between if I do this fast. And I feel slow is probably better, but it's still like a huge thing in my life that I really have to like take into consideration and always say, no, go slow again, go slow. Also now with the coaching business, like the some part of me is like, okay, I want to have this coaching business by tomorrow. By tomorrow, I want to have like 5 customers or coaches a week, and I want to have like all my social media all worked out, and I want to do this and this. And then I have to realize, like, no, it's okay. Like, taking it slow is okay. Also, money-wise, I don't need to have the coaching business be booming anytime soon. I have another business so that can support me, so I can take it slow. So I take that from the Camino, that taking it slow, 20 to 30 kilometers a day, that's fast enough. And yeah, that's but it's hard, still hard, but working on it. And then, yeah, another very, very, I know it's cliche and it kind of integrates with what I just said, but like the, the, the journey is the destination. We all have this destination, Santiago de Compostela. That's like what you have in mind and you visualize it and oh, what will it be when I'm there? But that being there, it really doesn't matter. It like the whole, I don't know, 33 days before that, they were the one that mattered, and they were the one that 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 inspired me. And then I was standing there, of course, when you arrive at the major at the Grand Square and you're at the cathedral, you're there, and then you feel like, oh, I made it. But then I'm looking at the cathedral and I'm like, okay, I'm not even a very religious person. So what am I now looking at the cathedral? Like it's been the friends that are standing behind me. I have to look at them and be there together. So yeah, it's not about the goal because it's sad. If you reach a goal, then it's done. And then you have to find a new goal.
Yeah.
So yeah, so okay, what's next? So it's kind of sad too if you reach a goal. So it's so beautiful if you can just enjoy the journey towards the goal, even if you never reach it, it doesn't matter. It's the journey that counts. And another thing that I found really, really like crazy is how you can change your perspective in just a couple of days. Like from day 1 to 7, if you said to me, we have to walk 20K tomorrow, I would be like, oh, 20 kilometers. I cannot do this. It's too long. My feet hurt. I cannot walk anymore. My backpack is too heavy. And I think from day 8 until day 30, I was like, oh, tomorrow only 20 kilometers. That's easy. That's an easy day. Oh, wow.
Short day.
Short day. You remember this, like
Yeah.
short day, but it's like it's just like in 2 weeks that you can change your perception on the same. It's a 20 kilometers is 20 kilometers. Like it's and just you can change around it. So for me, it's like you can change your perspective around anything if you want to change. You do have to, if you want to change, you can change. Like if you want to create a different mindset, you can just look at things differently. And that was what I also really liked. So yeah, do you want more takeaways? Because I have more.
You can share some more.
No, the one sentence that really came, it's not a takeaway, but there was this one sentence that came several times, just popped up in my head. If it was mostly when I was walking and I saw nature with a beautiful sunrise, or a beautiful sunset, or walking onto a square and people waving at me. And then this sentence is, I'm so in love with life. And that's like, oh, I'm getting goosebumps if I'm saying it now. Yeah, sorry, getting a little, hmm, ah, a little
That's so pretty.
emotional. Yeah, it's just like, I know there's a lot of weird, heavy stuff going around us. Um, but the main thing is for me, I am so in love with life and I want to live it fully and enjoy it and like take every chance I get that really fulfills me, and life is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Ah.
No. Wow. It is. No, we like, I think we can be so grateful now for all the
Mm,
things what we have, and this is also, I think, what the Camino teaches now. How what with the simple things, how happy you can be, no?
yeah.
And I find with this,
Sorry, I have now a memory popping up again. The simple things like being so
yeah,
happy if you get if you get a towel in your hostel,
yeah,
because most of the time you have your own lightweight towel with you, but once in a while you have hostel that gives you a proper towel.
and
So
bed sheets,
happy.
don't
And
forget.
bed sheets, like, yay, life is good today. We have a towel and bed sheets.
All the small things. I think this is
Mm,
what like actually all the basics. Know what we have like something to do. This is walking, food, sleep, and yeah, just
yeah.
like light backpack. It's all what you need, and the connection with
Yeah.
all the others and nature and animals. No, that's all.
Hmm.
And this is actually what we need in life.
Yeah.
And we make it so complicated, yeah.
We do.
And
We
following,
do.
of course, also vision. No, we have a goal. No, we want to reach Santiago or Ministerio Muxia, but everything what you said, no, happens in between. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So now we were speaking also about the good things, but what would you say was also challenging for you, like on the Camino?
Um, the first week was really physical struggle, physical challenge, and they call the first part of the Camino Frances also the body part, and I felt that was really, really hard. And then by the second week, oh, not a week, but like afterwards, I felt sometimes the walking did get boring. Sorry to say, but like, okay, why am I doing this
Yeah.
exactly? Like, huh? I'm walking and it's like the same environment as yesterday. And there was also a part of the Camino that was not pretty that was just like ugly beside the roads. And I was like, getting fed up with walking beside just traffic and then wondering, why don't I just take a bus? And then this whole, no, I cannot do this because my ego won't allow it. And then this is what you do, you walk. Like the why am I doing this was like also difficult. But then in the end, you know why you do this. Maybe I cannot put it into words, but I know why I have to do it. And then, of course, the most difficult part were the snorers. No, it's the sleep deprivation that really sometimes is hard because yeah, if you cannot sleep really well, it's hard and you get annoyed by other people and snoring and why do they have to leave so early, and then you get to know like the little sides in yourself, the dark sides, like why am I so annoyed by this little stuff? It's not necessary. And why is these people walking in front of me so slow? And then just go on the side. And you're like, I'm really thinking then by myself, and stop thinking like this. It's ridiculous. But still, I have to acknowledge there is this feeling of frustration. So it's all there. It's all there on the Camino, like the little things, the big things, the good things, but also the more difficult things. But I must say I did not really have like a very, very hard time. I was always quite happy on the Camino. Yeah. I can imagine if you have more severe issues with your body or if you walk the Camino with more. I've also met people who really walked with a trauma or they had a person passing away and walking the Camino for this reason. I can imagine it's way harder, but I was always very happy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think what you said, like we learned also about us, or where we still have this like shadow parts now. I I can rely on that so much, or even shared this also in a previous episode, that that was really, yeah, with the small things which were then the mirror. No, maybe I felt like when we get annoyed by someone, no, it's a mirror, what maybe we want to do as well, or which is a part we maybe always not show or whatever. Like, yeah,
Oh my
or
God, now that you're saying this, I just said a few sentences ago, like I get annoyed if people walked slow. And then before I was telling you that this was my takeaway, I have to take life more slow. Like, oh my God, still a long way to go to take things slow and be more patient.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Lovely insight.
No, yeah, I think what I always like, this is what I take also with it, that this mirroring thing, yeah. When I still get annoyed, stop. Yeah, not stop,
Hmm.
but look at what we did, no, to
Hmm.
reflect on that and what we still have, yeah.
Hmm.
And of course, as you said, it's not like made from yesterday to tomorrow, but
Mm-mm.
it takes time, but we are on the way, yeah. And yeah. So I come now. I think we can continue talking, and you have so much so share. But I come to my last question, which I always ask all my podcast guests. So, like the Anne now, who is sitting with me in this online chat room, what would you, yeah, which message would you give your 18 years old version, the 8 years old Anne, from the perspective of now?
Well, I told you about my fear, my biggest fear about that I don't want to be on my deathbed and regret a thing. And there is one thing I do regret, but it's kind of yeah, maybe I don't regret it really because I'm so happy with my life right now at this moment, but I wish that somebody would have said me when I was 18, instead of studying law, go and study dance. that would be my advice to the 18-year-old Anne, like, you will be, maybe you can become a good lawyer, but you will be a great dancer. And that's something I do regret. But I also know if I would have taken that turn, that I would not have met my husband, that I would not have this business, we would not have met. So I regret it and I don't regret it, but I'm very curious to see where I would have ended up if I would have taken a proper dance education, because I think I had talent, and that's also why I made it without a dance degree. But I think I could have gone further with my dancing if I would have a proper education in it. I'm curious, so that would be my advice. Just start dancing now, never stop dancing.
Stop dancing through life, no?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
No. Until the end.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Or
wow.
walking.
Or walking, or
Or
walking.
walking.
Wow, thank you so much. I will put everything about you, know, when people are getting curious about your new coaching business or even the current one, what you're already running, know, with your husband, which like offers different, I remember
Yeah, we
acting and
offer
sometimes.
artistic workshops to schools and to companies, dancing, acting, photography, circus. So that's what we do nowadays. Yeah.
Very beautiful things. Yeah. I will put this all in the show notes now, also your Instagram, that everyone can inspire you.
Yay.
Wow, thank you so much, Anne, for this wonderful interview. I enjoyed it a lot. You shared so much wisdom, and yeah, it's so beautiful to see, also know how life can be full of abundance, and when you really follow your heart, no, and really trust your inner voice, and yeah, walk the path without fear, no. And what you said now is also for me a big learning again, like never regret. So do the things what you really want, because you just regret the ones. Or sometimes we think, wow, we have to be careful or do this because it makes more sense. No, but yeah, I think sometimes for me, no, the most challenging things or things which I have never planned or were hard, they I remember the most, and they have still such a profound impact on me, on my life, and also my decisions and what I do in life. Yeah, so it's like actually what makes life colorful, I think. Yeah. Mm. So thank
Yes.
you for your being, Anne. It was
Thank you.
wonderful, or let's say in the Camino, wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been a
Thank
pleasure,
you.
really. Thank you.
Same, just can give it back. Thank you.
Mm.